And then they used the time to find the financing. They didn't have $7 million in their back pocket in order to buy the products, hire the people, rent the facility. They went to 78 banks. Can you imagine that? 78 institutions trying to get a loan. So it ended up every one of the 4 partners put their houses up. I think they put their kids up. Their unborn kids too. They cobbled together the financing to start this project. They hired a good lawyer to help them through the protest process. These guys are smart. They're smart. They know how to build LED lighting systems, and they're smart enough to surround themselves with people who know more than they do about the level of expertise they require. DCAA, accounting systems, lawyers, SBDCs, PTACs. They brought in the people to help them. They won the protest. And then they had 180 days to complete a $7.7 million project, build everything, ship it, deliver it, and have it accepted at 28 bases worldwide. And they did it. A lot of things happened along the way. The people who were supposed to handle shipping fell through. The people who were supposed to handle the boxing fell through. They really had to run hard to make it work. But they won it, they produced it, they delivered it, they got paid, they paid off the loans. What a phenomenal story. But believe it or not, even though I just told it to you in a few minutes, this was not an overnight success. What are their abilities and attributes that fueled this kind of success? What did they do right that you can learn from? They had a vision. I think Kevin and Stephen had this vision of working together from when they were in high school. Then they brought in 2 other partners who brought various strengths to the business. They worked 24/7 to lay the groundwork while deployed. That's amazing to me. He learned how to use Skype. We talked to him from Afghanistan, communicated how we were going to achieve what they needed to achieve, even with deployment happening. They were relentless in their commitment to succeed. Relentless. They were pit bulls. Kevin's famous saying is, I'm living the American dream. And when I hear him say that sometimes, it was like he was telling himself, I'm living the American dream. I'm living the American dream. You keep on saying it to yourself long enough, and you're going to believe it. When he accepted that award, that was how he started the acceptance speech. Our company, Patriot Taxiway Industries, is living the American dream. They recognized their strengths and they leveraged them, their strengths of their 4 partners, of their employees, and then they took steps to mitigate what they weren't so strong in. How to run a business, how to build a business, how to get financing, how to build a pricing system, how to have a business development plan. They realized, let me pull in the specialists to help us. And then they did step 2 that we just heard about a few minutes ago. They practiced step 2 from the very beginning in hiring other veterans. They had the vision to pull in other veterans in Wisconsin to help them build these lighting systems. But what would they change? If they could, what would they change about the whole process? so that you can maybe learn from some of their challenges. I think it's pretty safe to say that they probably would have capitalized earlier instead of waiting until they won the contract to find the money, the millions of dollars that they needed in order to produce the product. Having a strong banking relationship, knowing people who can help you with your pricing so that you make money on the project, but not gouge the customer, because after all, it is our tax dollars. And I know that they also would have studied up on federal cost accounting systems. The DCAA program that you had earlier, if you went to that, you're very, very smart because you're already a step ahead of where they were. Yes, Patriot Taxiway Industries is truly a remarkable business. And they're happy to be the poster children for SCORE, for me, for PTAX, for the SBDCs, everybody that's helped them along the way. They're letting everybody else know who they are. Now, you know there's a flip side to all of this story. There are business people who have seen the success like you and I have, but there's also business people who have seen failure. They've experienced great challenges. They've gotten really frustrated at times. We've heard some of them here at this conference, and they have valid frustrations. They've had to bear incredible burdens and suffer unfair practices. We're not happy about them. And we've all lived through this economy. We've all had financial meltdowns around us, maybe even had them ourselves. And we're dealing with financial instability every day. But think about the guys at Patriot Taxiway Industries. Think about how they moved forward. They surrounded themselves with people who were brighter than them on certain issues. They jumped every hurdle or found a way around it. Their attitude, their attributes are what took them to the unbelievable success that they've been able to achieve. They were not embarrassed or ashamed that they did not know how to do something successfully. But most of all, they dreamed big. Kevin and Stephen, when they were in high school, were dreaming of being in a business together. And I tell you, I've worked with many companies, winning hundreds of millions of dollars of contracts, but sometimes I had to hold on, and I felt like we were running at Mach speed, trying to keep up with the Patriot Taxiway crew as they just blew by everybody else. Established companies, and it's almost like they just didn't think that they were ever going to fail. They just saw the end result, and that's where they are today. Well, it's not an end, they're winning more contracts. But I tell you what, I'm going to let you in on a secret. You are just like them. You have the dream. You have the knowledge, you have the ability, you have the heart. They didn't have any money. They didn't have any customers. You can do it too. Sure, it's hard. Oh my gosh, it's hard. It's difficult. It's complicated. It's a different language. It's a different process. And some people don't want to do business with you, but the heck with them. Look past them. The information you've gained at this conference, the information that Nelson and the whole team have put together for you, have given you a master's degree in doing business with the federal government and being successful. So I'd ask you, kick it up a notch. Don't settle. Now that you have a seat at the table, the legislation's there for you. The table has been set. Your chair is right there. What I'm telling you is don't settle for a taste. Get a full serving. Step up. Do the work that needs to be done. Put into action the information that you've learned at this conference. Make Nelson proud of you. Thanks, everybody.